What's going on? We're live. Yeah, what I said, 4 o'clock. Yep, that's fine. The American way. Yes, I wanted to kind of. I did want to kind of look up some of the. Some of these news articles, see what's going on. Let's just check it out. Trump's Justice Department halts police reform agreements. This is out of CNN. Story by Evan Perez and Devin Cole from CNN 8 hours ago. It's about a 3-minute read. Let's just take a look at it and see what we think. Trump's Justice Department. Oh, hold on just a second here. Oh, yeah, we are live. Okay. Trump's Justice Department halts police reform agreements. A Trump administration is putting a halt to agreements that require reforms of police departments, where the Justice Department found a pattern of misconduct, according to a memo issued Wednesday. The new administration may wish to reconsider settlements and consent decrees negotiated and approved by the prior administration, said the memo issued by Acting Associate Attorney General Chad Mizell. Mizell ordered the Justice Department Civil Rights Division to not execute or finalize any settlement or consent decrees approved prior to January 20th, 2025, 12 p.m. The memo also ordered civil rights lawyers to notify Mizell of any settlements or consent decrees finalized in the past 90 days. The memo furthers the department's goal to speak with one voice in pursuing the administration's priorities, a Justice Department official said. The move was widely anticipated with the change of administrations and has the potential to upend police reform efforts in Minneapolis and Louisville, Kentucky, which were announced by the Justice Department in the closing weeks of the Biden administration. The consent decree agreements with both cities are awaiting final approval by judges in those states, meaning that the Trump administration's Justice Department could seek to scuttle the deals. A separate Wednesday memo from Mizell ordered the civil rights attorneys to not file any new complaints, motions to intervene, agreed upon remands, amicus briefs, or statements of interest until further notice. It's common for new administrations to review pending litigation to try to determine whether it aligns with their policy positions. But current and former justice officials say new administrations usually seek to conduct reviews on a case-by-case basis. President Donald Trump and Republican allies have long criticized the use of court-ordered consent decrees to enforce police reform efforts. During his campaign, Trump vowed to back the blue, a slogan meant to show support for police even when officers are accused of misconduct or civil rights violations. In Trump's first administration, the Justice Department similarly sought to scuttle police consent decrees. The Louisville Decree was reached in mid-December after a year-long investigation into the city's police department following the failed shooting of Breonna Taylor in 2020. Among the proposed reforms outlined in the agreement was a requirement that Louisville police officers use appropriate de-escalation techniques and attempt to resolve incidents without force when possible, and use force in a manner that is reasonable, necessary, and proportional to the threat presented, which kind of makes sense. It also mandated the department investigates allegations of officer misconduct fully, fairly, and efficiently, and holds all officers who commit misconduct accountable through fair and consistent discipline. The agreement with Minneapolis, reached earlier this month, came years after the killing of George Floyd at the hands of officers with the city's police department. A DOJ probe of the department found that its officers used excessive force, including unjustified deadly force. Among other things, the agreement focused on Minneapolis preventing excessive force, stopping racially discriminatory policing, improving officers' interactions with youth, and protecting the public's First Amendment rights, according to DOJ. During Trump's first term, the Justice Department attempted to upend an Obama-era consent decree for Baltimore's police department that hadn't yet been approved by a judge by the time the new administration took over. But that effort ultimately failed, with a federal judge in Maryland saying the Justice Department's move to scrap the agreement came too late. The time for expressing grave concerns has passed, and instead the parties must now execute the agreement as they promised they would. U.S. District Court Judge James Bretter wrote in an April 2017 decision. This story has been updated with additional details. For more CNN news and newsletters, create an account at CNN.com. How about that? I think that's the end of that article. Pretty interesting stuff. See what else is on here. Whoop. Cut that off. Make another one. Go on to the next story. One Piece lawyer mug, student mug, law student mug, funny lawyer gifts, gift for law students, lawyer gift. Yeah, don't care. Look at the forecast, people. It's pretty, whoa. It's going to get colder. How to deactivate or delete your account on X, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. That's a pretty good idea. Let's take a look at this. Breaking news. Pete Hegseth moves a step closer to being Trump's defense secretary. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at those orders, but the executive orders are really something. This is an article by Pascale Davies. It's about a 5-minute read. Looks like it is from Euronews. Elon Musk's apparent Nazi salute at U.S. President Donald Trump's inauguration on Monday has been the final straw for some X users who have decided to leave the social media platform. Musk, who owns X and is the head of Trump's Doge advisory body, was accused of performing the Sieg Heil salute, a symbol of Nazi Germany. The Tesla and SpaceX boss responded to the accusation on X, saying, "Frankly, they need better dirty tricks. The everyone is Hitler attack is so tired. But it has caused some X users to quit the platform. Okay, well, that's the final straw for me. I'm leaving Twitter," one user said, while another posted, "Elon Musk is a joke. Leaving Twitter forever. Bye." Really kind of doesn't matter to me. French center-left newspaper Le Monde also announced it would stop posting on X. The usefulness of our press on X is outweighed by the many side effects we endure. Right, nobody really cares, adding that Musk has made the platform into an extension of his political action. Meanwhile, Meta's platform, Facebook, no longer uses fact-checkers, and its CEO, Mark Zuckerberg's reapproachment with Trump, has increased Google searches on how to leave the social media app. For those considering making similar moves, here is your guide on how to leave X, formerly Twitter, and Meta companies Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. How to break up with X. Before leaving your X account, you may have data you would like to save. To do so, look in the side menu on the browser in the mobile app. In the browser, select More, Settings and Private, Your Account, download and archive your data. You will then have to enter your password and a verification code from the email account you registered. There may be other verification codes to input. You then need to click on the Request Archive. It can take up to 24 hours to get the copy, and you will be notified on the app and email. You will then receive a copy in HTML and JSON. But before leaving, you may also want to tell your X followers and connections that you are closing down your account so that only your followers can see your goodbye post. You can switch your profile to private. To do so, either tap your icon in the mobile app or look in the side menu on the browser if from a computer. In the browser, select More, Settings and Privacy, Privacy and Safety, Audience, Media, and Tagging. Protect your posts. In the mobile app, select Settings and Support, Settings and Privacy, Privacy and Safety, Audience, and Tagging. Protect your posts. You can then select Protect. In the browser pop-up, select Protect. You are now ready to delete your X account. To do so, in your browser, click More, which is in the bottom left on the screen. In the mobile app, tap your profile icon. In the browser, select Settings and Support, Settings and Privacy, Your Account, deactivate your account. In the mobile app, select Settings and Support, Settings and Privacy, Your Account, deactivate account. This account is not necessarily gone at this stage, as you have 30 days to change your mind. X will still have your information for 30 days, but will then delete it permanently afterwards. You can restore the account within 30 days, but logging in confirming that you want to reactivate it. How to deactivate Facebook. If you are unsure if you want to delete Facebook permanently, you can deactivate it for a length of time. To do so, if you have the account center, you select Personal Details, Account Ownership and Control, Deactivation or Deletion, and then select Confirm. If you do not have Account Center, select Settings and Account Center in the left pane, Personal Details, Account Ownership and Control, deactivation, or deletion. How to delete your Facebook. If you have decided to delete your account, this is what you need to do, but it is worth noting that Messenger and all your messages will also be deleted. Click on your Facebook profile picture, go to Settings and Privacy, Settings. Next, go to Account Center in the left pane, Personal Details, Account Ownership and Control, Deactivation, or Deletion. Next, select account you'd like to delete. Select Delete Account and follow the prompts until you get to Confirm Permanent Account Deletion. You'll then need to confirm you want to delete your profile, but you will be given the option to download the information so that you can save your posts and photos. It is also a good idea to download your photos yourself before you delete your profile. Facebook will also send you an email confirming your account is scheduled for deletion. How to delete your Instagram. Before deleting Instagram, you may want to save your data. To do so, in your settings, click the three parallel lines at the bottom left. Then click your activity, download your information, click Continue, download or transfer information, select the profiles that you'd like to download information from. Next, decide if you want to download your information to a device or directly transfer your information to a destination. You'll receive notification when the file is ready by email and on Instagram, which can take up to 30 days. You then have 4 days to download your information. Once that lengthy process is done, you can delete your account by going to Accounts Ownership and Control Settings in the Account Center. Then click Deactivation or Deletion, Your Account, Delete Account, and then Continue. How to delete threads. Your Instagram account might be linked to your Threads account. If that is the case, then deleting Instagram will also delete your Threads profile. If that's not the case, to delete Threads, you need to access threads.net on a computer. Click the two parallel lines in the bottom left on the page, then click Settings, Account, Deactivate or Delete Profile, Delete Threads. And that's it on that. Wow. Whoa. Trump cancels Black History Month at federal agency. Whistleblower lawyer reports. Wow. Interesting stuff, huh? Well, we'll cut that one off there. Then we'll come back into here. Where was we at? Let's close these. Go back to here. That was an interesting article. The world's richest people attend Trump's inauguration. Here are their net worths. I don't think we really need to be worried about that. Temu clearance. NASDAQ, S&P, Dow trade mixed as Wall Street takes a breather near record levels. They've probably been just going berserko. Americans search for these handguns more than any other. That is the death. Mark Cuban says ultra-rich Americans getting lured into money pits like clothing. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says Bitcoin could rise to 700,000 on fiat fears. Wow. Revamp workplace communication. The number one question a founder who's hired hundreds always asks in job interviews. Abu Dhabi's MGX helps bankroll Trump's $100 billion AI plan. Some of those are pretty interesting. And then they always show these little stories like this. Files for a Dogecoin ETF with US SEC. Pretty interesting stuff. What do you think? Oh, let's check for whoa. That's pretty awesome, man. Why are we not getting any sound here? Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. America's back. Oh. Executive actions. Removing barriers to American leadership in artificial intelligence. President Council of Advisors on... Look at this. Declassification. declassification of records concerning the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy. That is so amazing. Strengthening American leadership. I mean, that's a big deal, but it also talks about Senator Kennedy and also Martin Luther King Jr. You guys have got to check some of this stuff out. It's just awesome. Federal recognition of the tribe of North Carolina. Granted clemency for a couple of people. Created illegal discrimination. Just go through a couple of these. Keep Americans safe in aviation, guaranteeing the state's protection against invasion. We covered a lot of these the other day. Yeah. Briefings. Let's see if we got any briefings. Fact sheet. Trump takes action against Americans' AI leadership. Well, when was that? January 23rd. Fact sheet. Executive order to establish United States leadership in financial technology. Interesting. Yep, that was pretty significant. You see it. To enhance America's AI leadership. Fulfilling his promise to revoke Joe Biden's dangerous executive order that hinders AI innovation and imposes onerous and unnecessary government control over the development of AI. Man, there's so many stuff. My head is spinning from all of this, for real. Presidential actions, articles, administration news. Let's see what the news is. Remarks by President Trump. Inaugural address, administration. Here's where you can go if you want to see the cabinet. Administrator of the Small Business Administration, Kelly Loeffler. Attorney General Pam Bondi. Director of Central Intelligence Agency, John Ratcliffe. Director of the CIA, that's going to be awesome. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Wow. She's really worked her way up, hasn't she? Director of the Office of Management and Budget, Russ Vought. Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins. Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick. Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright. Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And that's going to be, the records of his dad being assassinated. So that's kind of crazy, man. Really, I'm really glad. It's one of my favorite appointments is Robert Kennedy to the Health and Human Services. That's just wild because he was a presidential candidate. Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Scott Turner. Secretary of Interior, Doug Burgum. Secretary of Labor, Lori Chavez de Reamer. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Doug Collins. Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy. Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent. United States Ambassador to the United Nations, Elise Stefanik. United States Trade Representative, Jameson Greer. Wow. That's quite a cabinet. I haven't really been too educated on the vice president, but that's pretty interesting stuff, ain't it? Issues. Energy dominant. Drain the swamp. Bring back American values. Those are pretty much the goals. Make America safe again. Wasn't that his mugshot? I mean, dang. Oh, if somebody's watching, what are you watching? I can share my screen with you. I think. Oh. Yeah, this is some of the stuff on the chopping block. I was showing that a little bit ago. I don't know if I'm sharing my screen here or not. No, I'm not. Let's stop that. Well, that's pretty much what I had for you. Federal agencies must revise telework policies by Friday, White House says. America's largest injury firm. Oh, man, no, I didn't click on something. Don't do that. Everything at the moment was gone. This was Virginia. Couple lost everything. No regrets about calling out Mr. Nazi salute. Elon Musk for making her cry. Okay. Man, people sure are sensitive, aren't they? X ban spreads across Reddit communities after Elon Musk's inaugural gesture. Okay. I don't really care about a lot of that, folks. I'm going to end that because that's just not what I'm wanting to do.